afternoon, guys. Nana Kay here with NanaKayDesigns.com and the Author Book Nook. Okay, we're going to continue working on the book. I did do a little bit of prep work off video. Now, that's all I did was prep work so that we could save time on the video. I've got some word here showing, so while we're right here looking at this, I'm going to show you when you get this situation, when you've cut a gutter and you get the situation and it's not working out right, what you do. Remember I told you to save, I need that piece I just dropped, excuse me. I told you to save these book covers, these sheets, because you would use these to do some repair work. So this is what I'm going to do. I do not, and this is, again, it's my preference, I do not like black lettering showing on my insert tabs, which is what I think about decided to name these. I don't like that showing. And again, I've said I've sold this book already, and the person wanted some staining in those gutters. So I'm going to go and stain this one because I'm going to use this one to repair where I have that horrible black. I can't stand that black showing. And what I'm going to do is just make a fake strip. Again, I do not want to go all the way into that gutter because I don't want to feel bulk there. But I'm going to go ahead and put that on and make it look more natural. Go as deep as I can without actually going in that really gutter. So that's all I'm going to do to repair that, guys. A simple task. It's because we've used these and they look natural in the book because it is a natural part of it. Because I used the same book, I've got the right tones and everything. So it should match up. Just slide it in that little area, glue it, and you repaired that place that didn't look all that well. See how much nicer that looks? You just got rid of the black and it's just kind of evened everything out. And so now I'm happy with that. Now we're going to work on this page. And offline, guys, I did do some cutting, which I want you to see that. I did also have to repair this page here. So I've cut a little strip right there. It had torn. And that's all you've got to do. That's why you save the pages. It matches so naturally you can't even hardly see that there's a patch there. But the page tore out a little bit this way. So I had to repair it. So that's where we are on that. Now, this is the double pocket I said we were going to work on. I have my tea. Let me get a swallow. I'm getting a little hoarse this afternoon. I don't know if we are dealing with pollen or this cold of mine just hasn't quite kicked out. Probably a little both, but we're not going to dwell on it. We're going to work. All right, we're going to start by opening this up, and we're going to put our background, which I went in and found. It matches that side. And that's just me. You don't have to do that. You can have a whole totally different background, but that's what you're putting in now. You just need to go choose the background part of your pocket that you're going to put in, and you're going to match it up to the front edge because you don't necessarily have to cut it the whole depth of that book because you don't want to get it in the gutter again, and you do want to cover as much of the outside part that's going to be showing, and try to make sure it's lined up top and bottom. Okay, that was a simple task right there, guys. It almost fell right in place. But if you measure good and do it, just kind of do it right and try your best not to let it slide. Mine is slid a little, but I'm not worried because I'm going to have lace on that outside edge. That's my salvation on that outside edge there, is the fact that there is going to be lace. Okay, so now the background part of the pocket is down. And you see that curling up? You don't want that. You're going to make sure that is secure. Okay, and that's, I'm not feeling any glue there. So I am going to take my Berry Arts and right along that edge where I'm not feeling the glue. I don't know why. I know I went over the whole thing, but again, just for precaution, let's just run a line of the Berry Arts right across there. It's partly because it looks curling right there. And we're going to press it down. And I'm going to get one of my little wipes and clear my blade. Keep some wipes on your desk, guys. You really need them. Okay, now it's down tight. Okay, that looks good. Now, what you've got is you're matching. You're going to have, we're going to have a piece of lace here, about right there. So both sides are matching at this point. Now, next thing I wanted to do was I wanted to put pockets here, but I first started out like this, like you're going to turn the book around. And I said, no, the book is open this way, so we need the pockets to go this way. So I have cut them where they will go here and here. And then I've got the word guttering in there. So I had to fix that. So what I've done is I have made a little piece and I've cut it right there. I hope it's long enough. I may have to go with the other one and cut it a little longer. They need to be the exact same length as this, so I'm going to come back and recut that right now. Cut me a piece to go in that gut and in between the two pockets, just a little bit in between the two pockets. So we're going to put it all the way to the outside edge, and I'm going to use Berry Arts. That way I'll get a good stiff glue when it dries. About middle way, you know how to be perfect because this is a lot wider than the gap you're going to need. But I'm going to put that in, and of course I matched it up again to match. You don't have to. You could, matter of fact, you could have come in with a piece of washi tape and put it on both of them, and that would have been fine too. Okay, so this one's going to go here. It's where my card is going to go in at. And I am, I'm trying to do as much of the prep work off video as I can. Some prep work you need to see. Some of it is just repeats, and you don't need to see it. Like we're getting ready to put the cards, fix cards for it. And when I go put the backing and all, I'm going to cut the video off to do all that because I don't want to keep making hour, 2-hour videos. And you already know how to do most of that kind of stuff. I am getting a little hoarse, guys. I'm sorry. I will try to clear my throat and talk slow. So maybe even if I got a little frog jumping out sound, it'll you'll still be able to understand what I'm saying. I hope. I'm working diligently to finish this book. I really want to start on the magenta next. And it's really just because I need to produce some books and completed books and get them out for sale. Of course, I have sold this one just as I started making it. I had somebody write me and tell me to hold this one for them. So, excuse me, guys. It is held for somebody. And if they don't come up with a deposit, it could always go back up. It depends. It depends. If they get their deposit to me and they really want the book, this one's a little shorter, so I'm going to move it over some and just trim it this way. I'm going to trim that instead of taking it back up and try to cut it. I'm just going to cut it just like that. And I'm going to trim that one up a little too. Not that it matters because it's going to get glued down to here. All right, so they look pretty balanced and even to me. Now, on one place earlier, I used a cute little washi tape. I think I'm going to do the same on the bottom of these and just kind of, and I'm not going to glue it right now. I'm just going to look at it. So give me a second. Let me find it. Well, I threw it earlier. And naturally, I have no idea. Oh, there it is. I started to say naturally. Excuse me a minute. I got to get this frog out of my throat. I really need to go get some peppermint candy, I believe, because I really don't feel bad. I don't understand where the hoarseness is coming from, unless I am having some sinus drain. This is a possibility. Okay, what I was saying, if you didn't like the dot like that, you could come in with your washi tape, and this is matching what I've already got in the book in another place. You could come in just like that, divide it like that, or you can come to the bottom of that and do it like that, or we can go one step further and just put lace on the bottom of them. A piece of lace in the center would have been fine. I can put a piece of lace there, piece of lace there. If you don't think that's getting to be too much, it's up to you. You could come with another type of lace maybe not using the same there and there and there and there. That's an option. Let's look at it. Because it's going to go flat down, we can probably use one of these other ones. But, yeah, I've got so many now that I could use some variety, but you know what, I'm going to stick with what I've got because I don't want to do a lot of variation. That's up to you. Now, if you want to put lace on yours and you want variation, you can do that. I'm going to go like this. I don't have to double it. I don't have to do any of that because we're just putting it. I do want to trim it again, always so that both sides match. That is one thing I would like to do. Okay. I am really just, probably shouldn't be videoing this afternoon. I hope this is not, my sound is not upsetting you as bad as it's upsetting me. And I just hope I'm not about to have a relapse. Oh my goodness, let's pray for no problems. It is not fun being sick 2 years in a row, and I was sick all last spring. I didn't get well till mid-June, and it has slowed me down, and Lord, I don't understand why I can't seem to get my business going, but I'm going to keep plugging along. I'm not easily defeated. That's one thing I can say about myself, is I am not easily defeated. I am the stubborn old mule, and I am an old mule. So, all right, so let's look at this division. I like this, guys. This is just me. I like it, and that's what I'm going with. I just kind of fancy the pocket up a little. I'm wiping the excess glue off, you know, just to make me safe. We'll cut another one. We'll make sure we use the right color side. We want one that's got a little bit of the tint. We're going to cut it right about there, and we're going to trim it off to match like it's supposed to. Yep. I think that is mighty dainty. I hadn't really planned it that way, but that's how it is when you get busy doing something and you start seeing it come together. Planning is one thing, but actually seeing it coming together is when you get a lot of your little extra ideas that you're going to want to put on something, and that's what's happened here. I've just got a little extra idea as I was doing this, and I think it's absolutely adorable. I'm wiping excess glue off. That page is almost already come together. Now we're going to have to punch the thumb notches back in to show it's a pocket, but of course it really, even just like this, shows that it's a pocket. Don't really probably have to have the thumb notches, but I'm going to do it because that's just the way it was originally planned, and I'm going to kind of stick with my basic plan. Makes me have a whole lot less errors if I pretty much stick with my plan. Like my tab error the other day, that was kind of an error. But of course that was nice error because it did help show you guys what needed to be done to prepare something like it. All right, so that one's done to that point already. I'm trying to cover my glue. All right, so those pockets are done. We're about ready to glue them down and then go ahead and work on what we're going to put in them. Our thumb notches need to come back out. I'll ink it. I'm going to ink it also, guys. So I will ink this area so those thumb notches show really well. The ink, this glue does need to dry a few minutes. Okay, so those are punched out. And then I'm going to come back and just ink. I'm kind of inking from the back first, just a little. I would put another stabilization here. Now, and what I mean by that is another cardstock to stabilize it. But because I folded this page over, and because we have the lace, and it just really doesn't need it. This pocket's sturdy enough, so we don't need all that extra there. But I am going to stain the front a little bit too. Just, yeah, a little bit. No more. No more. Don't want to overdo it. Don't want to overdo it. And I got glue on my book because I didn't throw my glue pages away. But luckily I have my cloth here. And I've got glue here. And I'm going to wipe it and hope it doesn't stain my paper. And it didn't, I don't think. And that was wet. So it's pulling some of the ink off. So I am probably do a little staining, but that's okay. We're going to have a big strip of lace there in a few minutes. All right, so this one's ready to glue down, guys. So I'm going to go in now, and I'm going to look, and I'm just going to kind of eyeball this. I've got a cork over here on my left, so I put my pen in. And I'm making myself, I'm learning that if I'll make myself do it, I will start I'm beginning to get the habit. Remember, glue into the gutter here, like I've always told you to keep it, so you want it close up. You could corner, and it's pretty cornered. Let me show you these pockets cornered. These can be cornered. Lord, not that. These can be cornered. If you want to corner these just for a little bit of aesthetics, not necessary, not that it does anything specifically or doesn't do anything. It's just a little nicer look aesthetically to me to do that. That's another personal preference. To do it or not to do it. Remember to get glue in that gutter right there. Okay, not down the middle, just right on those edges, because we again are trying to make sure it's closed. And you see, the glue is oozing out. You must make sure you wipe that anything that's oozing out right there at that gutter, the deep part of the gutter. It goes all the way to where the cloth is in the binding. You want to get it there, but you want to get that excess glue off so that it won't cause your books to stick together, guys. It's real important. But see, I'm seeing it still oozing, so I got to keep wiping. All right, there we go. We're clean. All right, so we've got that in. This corner isn't holding or didn't get no glue on it, so we're going to fix that corner before we worry about gluing any lace down. I don't know why I'm having such a struggle making sure I get glue on my corners, but hey, you know what? Extra security there, here and there, doesn't matter. All right, I'm going to open my book just slightly, chip it up, and I'm going to gently, because that's very wet glue on there, gently come down. Don't want to let that turn out really pretty. That page is pretty much done. Okay, there's a piece that didn't get glued good. We want to go back while we're here. Remember what I told you guys before. It's better to go ahead and do it as soon as you discover it than to think you're going to come back and repair the book later. Best to get it done while you're sitting right here. Okay, so that's done. All right, so we've got these in. Now, next step is decide what's going to go in, and I have not pre-prepped for that. So, we're going to do that in a minute. Let's cut this out, and I want to go ahead and get way back here and get this page done. I cut this out of one of the pages, and I may even have that page already in here as matching somewhere. I've got so many part sets, but that doesn't matter. I'm going to put that one here. Just another one of those, just like this one. Oh, that's the same one. I don't really want to use that. Good thing I looked at that. We're not going to use this. We'll find another one that's the same, this size here. Yeah, I'm going to put it here. We're not going to use the exact same one. Well, I take that back, guys. I can use this. Let's see if we can't use it by doing some other something there. Let's look. Just out of curiosity, since I've already got it cut, let's just go and take this piece of clip art and see. It's just an experiment, guys, because I'm really trying to knock it out, and I don't want to have to go in and design another whole thing. And with this, I'm going to cut as much of the white space out as I can. So we're going to cut a lot of that excess off. It's there. I don't know what all. Oh, that's the back side of the book. This is on the side of the book. So I've got to make sure I put it on there right. Now, when I finish cutting this, of course, there is going to be some white showing, I'm sure, a little bit up in some of those flowers. What I will do is gently take my sponge from my ink pad sponge, and I will actually just kind of lightly whisk over the white areas that might be remaining, and I might cut them all out because I'm not really worried about having anything sticking up as far as that looks pretty good. I don't think so. All right, let's see if we stick that right there. Does that look too odd, guys? Does that look too odd with that tree in the background? I don't think so. And that's what I'm going to do. To make it look different than this one, I'm going to put the cat there. That's just me. Do it however you want. You can go back and do another picture if you want. Do whatever you want. I'm utilizing what I've got, and that's what I'm doing. Okay, I'm just trying to utilize the things that I already have so that I don't have to go get other stuff. Time consuming. Oh, well, you know what? He is really pretty. I like my cat, and that's matching, and it looks like he's just laying down some books with a tree in the background. And that looks good to me, so let's go with it. All right, this was a misprint. That's why I had the extra. It was a little larger. Of course, we had this one here. We could have cut this one out, guys. But, you know, we're going to go with this one. We've already done it now, so let's go with it. Hey, and it doesn't mean that if the person that gets the book wants something different there, they can go right in and take another picture and lay right over the top of this one. No issue. It can be done any way you want once you get the book for yourself. The sky is the limit, as I say, and there's no rules and regulations in altering books. It's your book. You do it however it pleases your eye. Yes, I am going to come back later on, and I am going to stencil or stamp something in there. Now, on the page before this, somebody had already wrote the name. We are going to go get a stamp, our stamp. I've got a stamp somewhere that says this book belongs to, and I am going to make a stamp to go there. On this page here, we are probably simply going to find some kind of a piece of word art just to go there. Don't want to cover up. I like these page colors. I like them. And this is part of the security and integrity of the book. Although we are going to have to patch it and probably cover this part up. Well, yeah, I didn't want to have to cover that, so I'm not have to worry about that label. This is the only one we're going to have to worry about. And hey, if you want people to know it was the Reader's Digest, you don't even have to cover that. Preference is it's your preference. You do it however you want. But that looks good to me. So now we've got that in. And all it lacks now is just something. Matter of fact, some die cuts of some sort, some swirls or something would be pretty. We'll figure that out. We're nowhere near through the book, so you know we just can plan on as we go. Now, and that did stain by using that, wiping that glue off. It stained my cover a little bit, but that's all right. It's altered book, and I'm not going to worry about just that little bit of discoloration. All right, I already have my lace cut the size I need it, and I've already sturdied it up, and everything looks good. I got a little bit of overhang right here. We're going to cut to even it out. All right, so let's get this lace on this side, and then we will measure and decide what cards we're going to go on there. I've got a bunch of cards already printed. They're not cut out and made into journaling spots yet, but we can do that. And these videos may just be one project at a time. I may not have time to do two today. And again, we're not going to do the top part because we're going to do some on the bottom on the other side. All right, so let's go in and lay this right on that edge. Pull it down a little so that it's balanced on both ends. Look at it this way. To me, it's easier to get it level by looking at it from the back side. All that print's not in the way. Okay, we got it there. Wipe the glue off. That looks good. Oh my goodness, this book is so lovely. This is really a beautiful, beautiful journal. It's a beautiful journal style. This is the second one we've done. If you've been watching, we did the Lavender Lilac Dreams one was the last one, and I do have a video on the playlist of the final. That was under the new twist. What we done that was the new twist to journal pages. The Lavender Lilac Dreams was the kit we used. That one is very similar in layout, very, very similar with the pretty lace and all. Go look at it and see how beautiful that book turned out. All right, we're going to have to come into this gutter here and do a little staining right here. Again, when you're inking, just ink the back portion, just where you saw my finger sticking. Just kind of dab in like that. Then you don't have it all the way out, and you can just kind of go in that gutter like that. And it just puts a little bit deep in that gutter, and it doesn't go all over your pages. It does some, but not enough to hurt anything. It just kind of stains that gutter, and it's really pretty. Okay, now we're going to measure our cards to see what it's going to take. And I want it to be a little tighter right here at the tip, so I'm going to come in and put another dab of glue and hold it a few minutes. And yes, I need to scrape that little bit off. Okay, so we know we're probably going to come in about that far and about that far. So let's just say on this one, we're going to go 7 centimeters wide. And as you see, this is what I do sometimes when I'm measuring. It'll wipe right back off, but so I know when it's 7 and 7 on both of them. And then we're probably going to want it centimeter wise. Let's see how deep this pocket's going to go. There it is, and we want it to come up to about where the 9 is. Because if you want to put a tab on it, you want space. So we want our cards to be about approximately 7 by 9. And we want them, when they pull out, to be the same way where the design is upright. My preference. Now, if it doesn't matter to you, it's fine. So the first thing we're going to do is come over here and look at some of the cards we've already got cut. And I really don't think I have any of that size. I definitely don't have any that's going to pull out that way. These are all too small. So I'm going to have to cut the video off. I don't have another set of cards done, and I've been meaning to do some cards, so I'm going to go on. I've got these. I could cut these down. I've got these. We may cut these down. That may not be impossible. These are beautiful frog pond scenes, but I don't know that it goes so great with that book. But why not? Okay, let's go in. I'm going to go in, stop the video a few minutes, and I'll be right back. I'm going to go in and make a couple of, maps out the whole page of cards that are 9 by 7. Because we probably can use them again for something else. So give me a minute, and I'll be right back, guys. Okay, guys, I'm back. Took me a few minutes, longer than I thought. Had a couple interruptions. But I made a few little cards, and I've got them in the kits now. Let's make sure they're going to be the right size. They are. Perfect. Okay, we're going to go ahead and back these. We're going to put a journaling spot on the back of them. If I have any more sheets printed. If I don't, gotta wait, because my downloads on the videos where I got done are taking so long because I've got so many other things going on the computer. Gotta take a swallow of my drink. Hold on, please. It's getting hot too. I'm ready to get me something else with a lot of ice in it. I have to have a lot of ice in my drink. I don't know why. Matter of fact, I can't even drink water unless it's icy cold. Everything has to be ice cold for me. I wanted lemonade, but Bojangles was out of my lemonade. All right, we first of all got 2 steps here. We've got to take, oh gosh, I got such a mess over here. I have got to stop and clean up, guys. I've just got to overload again. First things first, we're going to choose. I made several this size. This is the size we measured that we needed, and I made 4. And we've got a book theme, so I think I want to go with the 2 book ones. I'm not sure. I like that one, and I like that one. So, let's just make it simple. Let's go with the books. All right, so we need to back these first with the heavy cardstock. Easy enough. And when I get through with this one, I'm going to call it a day. And I may call it 2 days. I may not work tomorrow. I'm just trying to decide. I think I might need a break. And let you guys catch up. And if you're caught up, you can send me a message. You know my email address by now. And if you're caught up and you need me to say, let's go, you can holler at me. And guess what? I am just the type. I would run right back over here and jump on it just for you. Because I've because you're important. Very important. And I will jump right back on for you if you get caught up and need me to get back busy. But I do want to take just a little break for a little while more. I won't be here all day, but I will check in. I promise. I'll check my emails. Having such a time with my hacked Facebook account, I cannot get it back. It appears Miss Edith has gotten hers back, and I reckon I'm going to have to try to write her and find out how she was able to contact anybody. I can't get anybody at Facebook to contact me. I guess I'm just not important enough. I guess she does enough business with Facebook that they didn't want to lose her, but they obviously don't care whether they lose me or not. But I'll tell them one thing, I will never advertise another thing. And I figured it up, and last year I spent over $1,200 advertising on Facebook. Okay, if they don't need it, okay, I can put it somewhere else. Google, you sure want it. So I don't care anymore either if they don't care. All right, so there's those back. That was easy, quick, in a hurry. All right, question. Do we want a flip out card or just a flat card, guys? Just a flat journaling spot back here. No, I think we need a fold out because they're so small, and I want it to open this way, right here. I want it to open like this, so we need it where we can fold this under. So we're going to have to glue them on this side. The first gluing is going to go on that side. Okay, this is working out good for me too, having sheets here that we can repair with and glue with. Okay, and again, this is the kind that all those four corners and all that edge really needs to be heavily glued. So I'll probably use just about this whole glue stick today. And the more of this you use, the wetter it gets. So it does get wet when you do an extreme amount. Let's get it turned right. Make sure you picture it the right way. Don't be like me sometimes and get hurried talking and don't get it the right way. It's a mess. All right, so it's the right way. This is your fold side right here. So we definitely got to get it tight on that edge. Yeah, seeing how wet it's getting, it makes it want to roll up. This whole page rolled up a while ago, and I had to come in and just kind of mold it with my hands because the whole page had rolled up. But you know what? We will deal with it, guys. And I don't think I want a lot of that. But since we're going to do two of them, let's go ahead and buckle them all both down at the same time. Like I said, heavy on these edges, because that's what you want to glue down. I don't care about the middle so much, but those edges have to be glued down tight. Okay. Okay. And let's come, I don't want a pocket or anything on the inside, so we're not even going to attempt that. We're just going to line it up like this. I've done that one upside down too. Oh my gosh. What an idiot. Sometimes I can be so crazy. All right. Go to the back. Press it down. Maybe I can straighten it out some. It really, when I get it this way, it does want to curl. You see me pressing hard, don't you, there? I kind of straightened it out. Okay. Now, question. Let's go ahead and cut it at one time. So we're going to fold it. Make sure we get our fold right. Like I said, I don't care if a tiny bit comes off the edge because I'm going to ink that edge. Line these lines up on your paper so you know you're straight. Okay. Let's go to the cutting board. And we're going to cut this one right there. And we're going to adjust and cut this one right there. Okay. Adjust this last cut. Save this because we can use it for something else. Just size them out there. Printing costs are too high not to save it. All right, so now there's our piece. Now we're going to do our next fold, which is going to be right there. See how much we're going to have left over. All right, so just to go ahead and fold. Now, this is temporary. I'm folding it backwards this way so I can see how much excess I'm going to have. You can make a pocket on the side if you want. I do not want that in this card at all. I just want a triple fold. So we're going to do this. I'm going to look at it right here, and I'm going to cut it. Be careful. Don't cut where you folded it, guys. You can trim it off some more if you need to after you get it done, but don't cut your fold. All right, once you've got that cut off, then you should be able to come back and do this. And it wouldn't hurt probably to cut just a little smear more off, just a sliver, because you want them to be, you want it to be noticed. Well, I really just, sometimes I have to move this in the center when I'm first cutting, when it's really small areas like that. Oh, and that really, all right, this has got to, I got to go get me a blade. All right, there we go. That's fine. It's a little bit shorter. That's all you want. A little bit so they can tell that it's going to open the third time. And that's one card done. Make sure it fits in your thing. You can put a tab on if you want. I'm not going to. It sticks out far enough for me. I don't feel like I need a tab. So, that piece is getting on my nerves. I got to get me that fixed. All right, and you tell I'm a little frustrated this afternoon. I'm telling you, Facebook has really, 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 really upset me. I just don't think I've ever been so upset with a company and the way they do their people. I just don't know how they can just give us no control whatsoever. I mean, I understand the platform has to have, because they're the ones that have to answer for legality, but when there's an issue, I mean, to be sure you can email the person, have some decency to email somebody and say, this is what we found, can you explain, is this your post, etc., is this your account, etc. You know, ask some questions to somebody instead of just cutting their account off permanently and then never giving them an email address to follow up with or anything. I got nothing. I did have one email, and the only thing the email told me to do was to sign into the Instagram account to see what the issue was. Well, the problem was it wasn't my Instagram account. I couldn't sign into it. Next thing I know, bam, even after I tried to email them, every email I could find, except for one email. Oh, Lord, let me warn you. I went on Google, looked up, and I got somebody, a phone number, and I called. And this guy is telling me he's customer service. And then we're going, you know, he says, I need control of your computer. So he got control of my computer. It's what they call, see, I'm not real computer savvy, but they can control my, they had access to my computer through remote access. That's what it was called. Then the next thing this guy starts asking me, of course it's a foreign voice, and so I was already got little alarm bells going up. Then the next thing he asks me, do you have a Best Buy account? I said, yes. He said, do you have a credit account on that Best Buy? And I said, yes, I do. He said, can you log into that so that I know this is you? I'm thinking, wait a minute now, you can see everything I'm doing. You want me to go into my Facebook credit card account, put in my password and all. I said, dude, I want one yesterday. Oh, yeah, I'm legit, I promise you. I said, you ain't legit and you getting reported. And I reported it to Google that it was a Fisher's. Now, they've not notified me back, but I'm going to tell you something, guys. I'm learning, and this happened with one of my banks, too. I went online to look up one of my banks. And it gave me my login page, but it looked different. And again, just that internal gut feeling. And it also was a phishing site trying to get my banking information. So you can't even trust looking something up on Google anymore. These hackers have gone crazy out here. All right, but so much for my temper tantrum tangent today. Please forgive me, okay? All right, let's go ahead and do a little bit of staining, just a little bit, because I made these cards really light. And I'm throwing my equipment everywhere. That's how I get when I get temperamental. And I don't even think I want to round these cards. Yeah, I do. I rounded the pocket. So to keep everything uniform, I do need to round these corners. And I'm going to round them all four all the way around. Most of the time when I open one up, I only do the front corner like that. Because when you open it, if you know what, it don't matter. Let's just go ahead and do all four of these corners. Just for the fun of it, something different. You'll see what I'm talking about. Because now when I open it, what you're going to have is that little gap in there. But I don't think that matters. The only thing is you didn't quite, because you have this shorter right here, you're going to need to go in and sometimes I can't do it because it's got to have some kind of backing. And when you have that problem with one of your stamps, there's an easy remedy, guys. All you got to do is put a piece of cardstock behind it. Don't even have to glue it. Just put it behind it long enough to cut. Make sure you're even on the corner. Make sure you're, let me show you. You got to be even, just like it was really a corner there. And then put it in and cut it. Then it makes it easier. I don't know why that is, but that's just a trick, another trick. Goodness, y'all have gotten so many tips and tricks from me today, but that makes it really nice and balanced, okay? Then you can ink up all that. Just give it a little border on the back side too. And of course, you know, we're going to come back and we're going to add maybe some elements or something inside to decorate the inside up. You can even do this if you want. It's not necessary, but just to give it some uniformity. Ink a little here and there. I've seen people even go in and just kind of ink those lines like that, which I'm not crazy about it because I like, but it does. It gives you 3 separations. So we will come back and do that, but that card's going to slide in there, and it sticks out there. If you want to put a thumb notch on this one, you would only put it on the front part, or either on, you can do it on the back because it's on the fold. Remember, we don't want that accident again, but you put it on the front. But to me, because I measured it where it was going to stick out, I don't see the necessity of that. So let's don't go that route. At least I'm not going to. You are welcome to experiment, guys. You know, that I'm just giving you the basics, and you know, you're all free to experiment all you wish to do. Okay. We're going to do the same thing again. Just get it up there, lined up on that corner. Well, we got to do a different corner this time. Got to have a corner there. So you can line it up. I wish I use it so much, and that's why I'm sure it's just dull. I can't even say the word today. Okay. It is really time to find something else to do. Go pick me a flower. Make me a flower arrangement somewhere, I think. All right, so we've got those corners, and we're going to liven them up a little with this beautiful peacock feather ink. Thank you, Tim Holtz. I do love my Distress paint inks. All of them. Distress Oxide and just Distress ink. I love them. Can't tell you how much I love them. Just decorate it up a little. And like I say, we will come and at some point in time put some graphics in here. And I may not. I may call the person and ask them, do they want me to leave some of these for them to decorate like they want. But we'll go with it for now. All right, so that's got that side. We got one more side, and then we're going to call this video a done deal. It'll be real easy just to get some kind of a back. And we got something of the same flowers. We got to try to match that background too. But I kind of like, oh, this is perfect. And that's what we're going with. Oh, yeah. All right. That worked out well. So let's go ahead and get all the white off. And the reason I'm saying that is you've got the same type of flower, so it's going to blend very well. And it's already here, and it was easy. It's close to the right size already, so we'll go with it. And I'm going to have to trim it a little, I'm sure. After I get the white off, I can tell more about what's got to be trimmed. Okay. All right, let's go. You know, we want to stay off that edge, so we're going to trim this edge just a tiny bit. You know, I always trim it too short most of the time, but that's okay. I'm going to try to be a little more cautious on this one and not trim it so short. I can always cut more off, but I can't put it back, as we have seen. But we want to stay away from that black edge, but we want it to be top and bottom. It's close enough. I'm not going to worry. It is a little short, but we're not going to worry because we can stain if we don't like it. We want to miss the black. We need to come in and cut this edge one more time. Pencil, please. Cut this edge one more time, and it needs to be cut right about where that black mark is. If I can see it when I go to put it on this cutter, it's going to go right about there, that side. So that should make the page exactly right now. These are a little bit easier when you don't have all that extra measure you're doing. Remember, if you mess up a little bit on this side, you're going to put lace on the edge so you can still cover your back up. But that looks good to me. I like it. I think it's pretty. It blends well. It's a beautiful book. I know I keep saying that, but there's just something about these colors that just grab me. Reach out and grab me. And the more I put in, just the prettier it gets. You see how that integrity is getting gone? So it's a good thing we're really covering these pages. This is one of the most brittle pages I have ever had to work with. So, and I have really it has made me work for it. That's why you'll love the book all more when you have to really work for one. Or work to salvage it. I still haven't salvaged the outside cover, so that's another hurdle. We've done all this work, and as I've worked, my cover is splitting. But I have a method to fix that, so we're not gonna fret yet. It's nothing to scream about yet. I just got glue on the front of my thing. That does upset me a little, but all right, the biggest thing is we got to cover this black line on the back or these black words. The text, we do not want it to show. And we're going to be pretty straight. See, when I pressed it down, I see some people now, and I'm just not having it. Not when I can put lace on that front edge. I'll go in a little deeper. I don't want to go into that crevice, though, because it's fine. We just don't want the fat there. And there's a piece tearing. Oh, so I'm going to, well, you know what? I'm making just glue that really lightly. Just want to be a little cautious, guys. I want you to just bear with me a second. I see a little tear, and I'm going to try to mend it like that. Okay? I think we got it. As long as we know we've got some glue behind it. And it's not going to interfere with this side. That's what we're trying to make sure. All right, I got it. I mended it. No problem. Done. All right. You'll find things like that quite frequently. Yes, I'm using my sleeve. I got a little bit of sticky glue there, and I don't want to use the wet wipe, and I don't have a dry one right now. Now, this one's kind of dry, so we're in luck. Yeah, I got a lot of glue on this one. I must have had glue on that page and didn't realize it. But I've got to get it off because this is a page you may not want to do anything to. And you certainly don't want this glue to turn black. And it has a tendency to do that if it's not rubbed off good. I think I've got it. Okay. All right, so last step. We are almost there. I'm going to kind of burp it out, try to make the page lay flat. This book is just really turning out to be a real work of art. I hope yours is. I hope that when we're through and you actually, people that are watching and are following, actually have a journal that you will go on to my Facebook page, which is Nana Kate and Friends. And I hope you will post a video of your flip through or a few shots of it. I would love to see how your books turn out, guys. It would tickle me to death to see some of your work. I know I've got several follow me, and I really would love to see what you've done with some of the kits that you've purchased from me. Debbie, I'm talking to you for one. And Miss Janice, you for another one. And I think I've got one more person, but right off the top of my head, I don't think I've seen her follow me here. I had one girl, bless her heart, that bought my kit and was so upset because it was small to her. But she was taking this kit and trying to fold it and making it into a large journal, and didn't understand that she had gotten the altered book size instead of the full journal size. The particular kit she ordered, honestly, I don't have that one in the full size. And oh, bless her heart, she was just upset with me. And she told me I was being rude, and I really wasn't being rude. That's why I don't like text messaging, because it can seem like you're being obnoxious, and I was not. I was really trying to understand what it was she wanted. What she wanted was a journal the size Angela Kerr was doing, but using my altered book kit. I just refunded her all of her money. Let her keep what she had downloaded. Told her not to download any more of the kit, and she didn't. I kept check for 2 days, and she kept her word, and I kept my word, and I sent all her money back. And I think she ordered something else later after that. But I haven't seen any of her work. I would love to see her work. She was just starting out. So it was frustrating. It is frustrating when you're ordering one thing and you think you're getting one and you're not getting. But that's why it's important where it says more info on your kits on Etsy. When you're ordering on Etsy, it says more info. You need to click on that and read it, especially if you're buying clip art, guys. You better click on it and read it, because I have looked at some clip art and I thought, oh yeah, I'd love to have that. And I go look at it, and then guess what it says behind it? Not for commercial use. So this is commercial, and I should have put a little bit of color behind that, but I didn't, so we're just going to let it go. Oh, guys, it's done. But yeah, be careful about what you're ordering to use. If you're going to make your own kits and sell them, you need to make daggone sure that it says for commercial use, or that you can buy, and that you do buy and purchase the license that goes with it. I do Rich Dreams, and Rich Dreams requires a license if you download a lot of her stuff, and I do. So I purchased a lifetime license from her. So yeah, you have to be real careful, guys. It's really important. So if you're starting a little business with this, that you don't get in a caught in a bind. All right, so right now I'm going to call this another done page. Little extra here and there. We got that one done, and yeah, the front. I think we got it on this video. I hope it was this one. I showed you where we had tallied up all those, and now we've got these cards. Like I say, we're going to have to decorate the inside of these, but we'll do that next go round. We'll probably finish decorating those the next go round, and we're going to flip over and work on the dual, and I've already glued it, so I will be ungluing it if it's not glued too tight. If it is glued too tight, and this one seems to be really holding, so we may not can pull it off. But if it's not, yeah, this one's not going to let me without ripping these little pages, all the pieces that don't look like. But anyway, this is the next one we're going to do. So if you're new, please like and subscribe. Please read my description about the other sites that have stuff available. I do have one free downloads on Ko-fi. The rest of them are not. Okay, I want to show you where I was talking about a little gap getting in the area there. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm going to try to pull it up on the screen. There's a little gap where I didn't get glue right there. So I'm going to have to take my nozzle. It's real, and it's just me. It's just a quirk I have. But I don't like those little round gaps right there. I want it to be sealed completely up to that yellow binding. And I just happened to discover that. I told you if I found one, I was going to show it to you. And it's only on that size, and somehow I missed it, but I just don't like that. It makes the page, see, this is why what it does. It ends up making the page start wrinkling really bad, and you get that gap. I evidently did not get all the paper out of that gutter right there. That's okay. We're going to go with it. Like I say, next time it's going to be the dual corners. This one and the back side of that. And hopefully I can get fast enough to do more than one at a time. But we've got a few more, so let's go with it. Let's keep going. This is Nana Kay saying thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure you like and subscribe. Again, I'm going to ask you to go every once in a while look at some of my other videos and help me with my view hours. That's where I am. That's what I like for being monetized now. Like I said, I have enough viewers. To do that. Not that I ever will have enough viewers. I'd like to get 10,000. I've got 1,600 and I'd sure love to get 10,000. I'd like to really get up there knowing people that are enjoying my stuff. But anyway, enough of my chitter chatter today. It's Nana Kay saying bye-bye. Have a great afternoon. Make sure you spend some time with family. See you soon.